Hi everyone, and welcome to this brand new run, which is the Skewed Cosmic Archaeologist. So what we're going to be doing in this run is getting my final achievement. So somehow I managed to get all of the achievements except for Cosmic Archaeologist for a number of reasons that I won't go into, at least right now. But I'm missing one achievement, so this run is going to be all about getting that. And in that, hopefully we're going to have a fun time. We're going to focus on kind of early mid-game stuff and some rocketry in the based out DLC. So hopefully it's useful as well as interesting. Now, because KleiFest has just landed, we can also start on the new map, which is, I don't know if this is a temporary map or a permanent one, but we can start it anyway, which is the Skewed asteroid. I had a quick look at this, and it's basically a sideways generated map seed. It is a very interesting map. And you can't, there is only one map, I believe, actually, so you get what you get, and we're going to go for it. So let's roll in without any further ado. I'm going to start. And just as well for anyone that is watching on YouTube, I will be uploading unedited VODs. That's what I'm decided to go with, because there's two reasons for that. Firstly, because I'm not sure how to edit Twitch VODs into kind of YouTube VODs. I don't think that works so well. You kind of need to record it in short for YouTube. So this isn't going to be a Francis John style kind of condensed run. This is full VODs for you here. And appreciate that might not be everyone's cup of tea. If that isn't, I fully understand that, and I appreciate you for checking in and for watching other stuff on the channel. I know not everyone has the time or the desire to watch such long VODs, but if you do want to stick with me, then that's awesome. And yeah, we're gonna have a fun time playing through this new asteroid type, which may be of limited edition, and give it a go. Right, well, the 3 I rolled, and anyone else that is subscribed or on the Patreon will be able to go in here too. So we're going to call this Skewed Cosmic Archaeologist. There we go. And in we go. Let's go have some fun. Okay, so in we go, and we're going to be playing on triple speed because that is how I like to play. We're going to immediately start a round. Just a quick look. So good thing to do always when you start. Have a quick look at the temperature overlay. That kind of tells you where you need to build. We've got some hot areas over kind of right, left, and the top. I think that means we kind of need to put the base fairly central. This is a bit of a special asteroid, so things are going to be a bit weird here. But we're going to roll with it. We can already start laddering up. We need some water. Now this is very strange. I think we're going to have to dig our way. Yes. Exactly, Arisia. Everything that, well, the asteroid has gone 90 degrees, which is an interesting one. So what we're going to do is come in here. We need a place for toilets. So I think what we'll start laying them out here. Then we'll leave pole ladder. We'll do 1, 2, 3. That's going to make a mess there. Maybe we come down here. Oh, I tell you what, let's just do that. Yep, and some tiles. Awesome. Yeah, but it's kind of in the way. That's where I want to put my bathroom. So we'll put 3 of those in up there. Perfect. We'll just priority for that because I kind of want you guys to do everything else first. So I'm thinking we stick the pitcher pump literally down here. This is like the oddest pitcher pump ever, but there you go. And we'll go bathroom this way and then just let this spill wherever it spills. So again, we'll leave a space there for the 4th one. We'll build them in 4s. We'll turn these into rooms. We don't need to do that immediately, but we can run and do that. We dig that. That'll drop all the sand down there, which is fine. Give us some water. We are going to need to build across there. Do that. Awesome. We'll put that there. I haven't really left room for research. In fact, let's not do that there, because why do that? Okay, maybe we shouldn't be sopping wet there. Yeah, we'll just spill a load of water down here, which is not a problem, although it's probably going to submerge our pitcher pump, meaning we should have put it higher up. This is a very strange asteroid, so in we go. Not like using 2 doors on top of each other for better. No, I prefer doing it like this, Kale, to be honest. It's just, I think it just looks neater. I I don't like the aesthetic of having two doors. It looks weird. You know, you'd never do that in real life. You'd never put two doors on top of each other. It just seems like a weird thing to do. So that's why I prefer to do it like this. Right. So we get all that done. I mean, we can immediately duck down the research station. Start getting these filled up. And we can build across there. We'll leave that intact for now. Put that. We'll put double battery. Do we want double battery or just single battery? Just use single battery. We'll run out of metal ore as well, so we'll probably need to start digging some of that. Okay, we've got some on the left. But yes, so the main purpose of this run is going to be to get the Cosmic Archaeologist achievement. That is kind of the one goal for this run, and once that's done, we'll then be finished. But in the meantime, we're playing on this very strange skewed asteroid. And see, end of the first cycle, we managed to get the outhouses and the wash basins done, which is great. And we almost had 3 beds, but not quite. Bit of a weird start. On a normal start, I'd expect to have all of that done. But because we've had to go a bit weird, in fact, that is now submerged. These work submerged perfectly fine, so no problem with that. It just looks a bit funky. We can connect that up. So yeah, key to get toilets going. Oh, you can also turn these off disinfect. Because it is a waste of time, really. Disinfecting these doesn't actually do anything, so you want to turn those off. That'll speed things up. Now, what we'll also need is some oxygen production. So I think we'll just pop that over here. We can dig our way up and put that up that way. We'll need a thing there. Sulfate. And then I need to work out what we're doing. We can have a dig down here, I suppose. Why not? You might want to unsubmerge this water pump. And because I'm very used to doing all achievement runs, so we've just got our first one for Bath. We don't need to do that. We don't need to bother with Carnivore. So we can probably just work on other things. And rockets, really. Rockets is the name of the game. So really the focus, at least to start off with, is going to be research. That's kind of what's going to get us going. And I suppose everything else is just for living. So we just need to make a minimum standard of a usable base for the guys. We'll pop that over there. We can go over there. Keep going up. Now this is another question I have for this weird planetoid. Do we go up or do we go sideways? Because so the oil and the magma is on the left. The space biome, as it traditionally is on the right, and there's a huge gap on this side of the map. And then the side of the map is where we're going to be launching rockets from, I think, unless we use the right-hand side as a weird tunnel. So it's going to be a bit weird, I think, by all accounts. Let's dig through here. Right, and let's get research going. So we'll start off with the normal research bit. So we'll do the food, we'll do the supercomputer, do all of this stuff I've forgotten about. We'll have loads of oxygen with that, so that's not a problem. We've got a big pit for carbon dioxide. Yes, Cyberdyne, this is the Skewed map. So we're playing the Skewed map. We're doing our Cosmic Archaeologist run on the Skewed map because I thought it'd be funny. Why not? It's KleiFest, so we can do that and do the Cosmic Archaeologist run at the same time. And welcome in everyone. And we can pop that down there. And cool. Well, we should probably mop this up because they'll get soggy feet, which is not good. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to play this, I mean, this map is available to everyone, and it's the same map. So everyone will be playing the same one. So, you know, you can kind of directly compare bases. And Eccles, yes, there will be space if you dig it out. So you have to dig it out. Yeah, well, so originally, I mean, I was hoping to finish, or at least not finish, but continue my most dupes run to at least 200 episodes and 250 dupes, but because of the motherboard issues, I'm putting that on hold. We should finish that soon, hopefully, so we're going. But yeah, And then we've got lots of cool ideas for new runs, so this is just one of them, and there will be more, guys. There'll be more content coming. And yeah, so Echoes, yeah, there is space if you dig it out, basically. Without digging, you're not going to have enough space to launch a rocket, for sure. So we definitely need to clear it. Yes, Fast Track is also broken, but that would be relevant if I could even play, so... as I cannot, that's not a problem. Okay, so we've got little barracks, the latrine room is broken. We've put the research in the light because that also gives a nice lit workspace bonus, so we get extra speed off the research, which is helpful. Exactly, if you haven't played, it is a great excuse. Get on it, get on it. So, what I'm thinking is really we do need to go sideways. Sideways is the new down. That makes any sense. And up. Oh yes, we have the laboratory bonus. If we could do that. That's true. We'll rework that a bit later on, Sanjaline. I think that is a good idea. But we've got meal prep, so let's grab we'll grab the supercomputer. Always an important one to get. We'll start working on a Great Hall. I haven't planned this out at all, so I always leave room for Atmo suits. I see we have a cool steam vent up here, which is probably going to cause us a nice load of problems. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. We can also come in here, although of course we don't have super hard digging. But this will give us gold amalgam, which is nice, and we then have access to the teleporter. So yeah, like I say, the main point of this run is to grab... the Cosmic Archaeologist achievement, so we're going to need to get all of the planetoids to get the landed artifacts. So for anyone that isn't familiar with the achievement, I should probably cover that at the start. So in order to get this, we need to unlock artifacts at the artifact analysis station, and we need 10 from planetoids and we need 10 from space. So we need to visit a load of the different outer planetoids to grab them. And be doing that. We were so close to getting spaced out of DLC. It's great. It definitely, it's a step on from the base game. It adds more stuff. Would absolutely recommend it, of course. Now, dupe number 4. Who are we going to take? Let's have a look. Yes, we... that's not great. That's not great, although Abe would probably speed us up. We're going to need to do a lot of digging, so we'll take A. That's a pretty good -1 too. And next up from my subscriber list was Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider is coming in. Thank you, Ghost Rider, for being subscribed. Welcome to the base. And oh, that also gives us a skill. I suppose we take hard digging, then that immediately unlocks into the granite areas down here. Is going to help. We can dispel that stuff. Cool. I did slightly forget because it's been a while since I've played a new run. Quite how much digging you need to do at the start, and yeah, we can strip mine stuff, but yeah, that might take a while. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to... Oh no. Oh, I'm going to take my deconstruct tool to buildings only. Let's get rid of these and we'll shuffle this about a bit. What I'll do is... Do I have a fridge yet? No. Okay, we'll chuck a ration box down here in the carbon dioxide. There we go, new blueprint available. Exactly, yep. We've got to grab our blueprints. Free cosmetics, guys. Well, definitely good. We've got some more wallpaper. Cool. We'll take it. We'll get the research going again. So what do we need in terms of research? We'll still be doing early spawn. Early spawn is always on my list of things to do because it just speeds you up so much. We need a 4th cot. And then also I kind of really want to move this oxygen diffuser. That's in an annoying place. I suppose we can get the room bonus straight away. The only thing is I don't think we... Oh, can we get both? Yeah, okay. If we move this stuff. 1, 2... We'll rejig this whole room. We'll put the... we'll make this into a laboratory. Hopefully that works alright. Okay. We'll change, just put everything on that. That's high priority. Okay, we'll do that. We'll close this off. And yeah, because the laboratory room was somewhat of a new addition. It's not super new, but it's yeah, it's a bit new. So we'll do that. Can I? Where is the? No industrial machinery. Is that gonna? I don't think batteries and manual gens count. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong with that, but I think those are allowed. And then also you need lights, but I was told. So okay, well, I haven't even researched the light, so that would be a good one. We'll do that. Oh no, where's the edge of the room? Here. That's it. That's it. What? There we go. Not the generator. It's the manual gen. I can't remember. Welcome in, G Scully. We'll find out. We'll find out for science. There we go. We'll learn together. You guys may already know, and you just scream at the screen. Find out. Yeah, to be honest, Kyle, I kind of like. I like the end game. End game is my. That's where I'm happier. Okay, we've got to. I feel like you can do more stuff in the end game. For me, anyway. I find this is like a getting through phase. Let's grab the. We'll grab the light, and that'll speed us up. Before we do that. No, I mean, I'm more than happy with you guys backseat gaming. Please backseat game away. So, happy to have you guys in. Yeah, so we're just working on some basic rooms. I mean, normal early game stuff. So we've got the latrine here. We got the barracks there, and the laboratory here. We'll put a mess hall over here, I think. So what we want to do is just relocate that. Oh, we can put that in there. That's fine. That there. We can just up priority on both. That's great. Oh, did they add that now? Is that right? Industrial machinery. Right. Okay. Good. Well, not good, but thank you for pointing that out. Is that battery industrial machinery? Does not say it is. Okay, we'll leave it in there now and we'll deconstruct it. Okay, but thank you, Cuppy, and welcome in. That's a good catch. Yeah, I think that was something they added somewhat recently, if I'm not going crazy. Cool. But yeah, we need to build across here because we're starting to build up carbon dioxide. So definitely early on, the best way to deal with carbon dioxide is just to drop it down. Pressurize your base with oxygen, get enough diffusers, and then just make a big pit for the carbon dioxide to fall into. It's heavier than oxygen. You can see on the gas over here, and it will just fall its way down to the bottom. Pull down here, and then your droops can breathe nice and happily. So there's a nice and easy way to do it. So yes, I need the lamp. What I'll do is I'll put a lamp here and here, and then so apparently all you need to do is put lamp and wire. That's enough. Thank you, Yogun. Welcome in. We're not having so many technical issues this time. So glad to see you. Doing well. Gotta get back to Oni. We also have a shine bug in here, kind of somewhat by accident. So that's also going to give us the lit workspace, which is great. Although we definitely need to close these off before it gets in the bedroom. Lab. The natural light from the... Oh really? Did they change it? I'm so far behind here. Light source. Okay. Wow. Okay, I missed that. I must have missed that note. So yeah, there you go. I mean, does a shine bug count? Does that count? I mean, that'd be kind of cool if it does. We got one in there anyway, so you know we're going for it. And we're flying our way through the cycles. So let's see if this counts, right? Is that no industrial machinery? Yep. So that's that one. Got to take the industrial machinery out, and hopefully that'll give us a lab. Let's see. And the room's overlay. There we go. We have a lab. So yeah, it's probably counting that. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I didn't know about the shine bug, so that's a good one. Let's grab that automation there. Cool, smart home's done. We'll go back for the power because we'll start working on the SPOM and we'll get a bit of power going. We also can stick some dining tables in, why not? And we'll get the water cooler and the plant. Put that there. And then this will be a great hall, so that's perfect. We will need to come across the top. Just box it in a bit. How big? We'll just keep the great hall. Keep the great hall small. I mean, I don't think we need to. We need to make this super big. And thank you, Cedric, for the sub for 3 months in advance. Thank you very much. And that also adds you to the subscriber list, so you'll be eligible to be joining the base. Would you rather be as you are here on Twitch, or would you rather be? I can't see your full name because of the damn Discord ones. What are you called on Discord? Tell me what you want to be called, and I'll add you to the list to be put in. Right, so we don't have any decorative plant seeds yet, or apparently not. So we need a decorative plant to put in there. There's a bluff briar over there. There's also some over there and some mealwood. Can we grab that? 2, 3, 4. I think we can grab that plant from below. Your Sid. Okay. You changed it. Cool. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't notice. Let me add you into the list as Cedric. And yes, I will assign you a number and re-randomize this. Let me just run this. And there we go. You may end up at the top of the list. Who knows? Right. There we go. The list has been reorganized. So yeah, on the hunt for the Great Hall. So this will be Mess Hall currently till we get the flower planted. But there's a very easy way to make a Great Hall and get +6 morale early on. So that's always super useful. We have skill. We have the advanced research skill, which is great because I was hoping we could get going with some advanced research. We'll grab the rock crusher because we're going to need some refined metal. You can also disable the water cooler. So all you need is a water cooler and a flower pot and you get a Great Hall. You can even disable the water cooler. That's not a problem. Doesn't do anything. We'll have to block that off too. Awesome. Right. Yep, so we can cover that. So we now have our latrine. The barracks is still open because I'm being a bit of an idiot. We should cap the top of that off. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the left-right to explore. Because of this weird twisted map, we need to go left for oil and right for space. We also need to go up for space. Now, what I'm thinking is because the toilet's on this side, this manual generator is in probably a horrible place. What we should do, I think, is probably get rid of it. And not go. Okay, we'll leave it in for now. We'll put Atmo 6 on this side. We'll keep the base very small. I really don't need to have a lot of dupes here. I'm kind of thinking, is 16 dupes enough? We could just have 2 bedrooms. We would probably technically need 2 of these unless we made it a little bit bigger. We could just make this customly a little bit bigger. That'd be more than fine for toilets, and that's probably all we need. Yeah, I think we're going home and not big, you know. Well, we don't need a lot. So if I go with 16 tubes, and I suppose we're probably going to need to put some plants in here. So let's go with 4 floors, and then we'll go with 4 Atmo soup docks per floor. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and then the checkpoint, of course. And then we'll put some doors in here. Hiya, Nick. How you doing? It's going better now. We've had a lot of technical issues recently, but we started a new run. I'm trying to grab the Cosmic Archaeologist run, but we're also playing the Skewed planetoid. So it's a lot of fun. It's a bit of a different one. So what I'm going to do is make this the main up and down, although it does go straight through that steam vent, which is probably not the best idea. And yeah, then we'll put the Atmo suits in there. Yeah, well, kind of sorted. Anyway, we're running now. They've got the right. I think I changed the hardware encoding in OBS and was not liking it. So at least we're running smooth now. But I need my motherboard back, and then everything will work with a better hardware. So just started a new run. So yeah, we need to go get Cosmic Archaeologist. We are going to run into this cool steam vent. Now you can use these for water early on, but it's very hot. And what I'm going to do, I think, is just block it off. Box it in so it doesn't make a mess. We don't need the water. There are other water sources. There's a lot of water around us already, so we're definitely not going to run out of water anytime soon. And yeah, we can then avoid having to deal with the cool steam vent. Usually there are water geysers too, and the water geysers are easier to deal with as a tip. So I would just, unless you desperately need the water, I'd just box these off and try and find the water geysers. We check the star map. It does tell you all the vents on and geysers on your planetoid. There's a saltwater geyser, at least one somewhere. There's a polluted water vent, at least one somewhere, and a cool slush. So there's a number of different options we have for that. So well, I'd prefer using it. We'll also go for insulation now. That probably seems like a good idea. We can box in with insulation. I think that also gave us the bluffbriar seed, so we can plant that, which is great. We'll just bump priority on that, get him to do what we need. Yes, basically, Kyle, that is the idea. Absolutely. Spot on. Okay, we'll run some power, we'll get some refinement going, because we're going to need to put a bomb somewhere. We can put it over on the left side, I think. Seems like a good idea to me. It's only been a while since I started a base, so... good, so we'll go up. I'm not S-digging this. You can S-dig if it's quick. It is quicker, but... I'm not going to worry too much about it. I see we have some skills. So, because we've already got the operating here, I don't think we need much else. So just get the carrying. Carrying's always good. Carrying's the best skill in the game, for sure. But yeah, then, because of this weird planetoid, I think what I'm also going to do is just go left. So, as well as go up and down, we need to go left for the oil. I'm trying to dig around the slime because that would be useful. So maybe, I see, because there's a hole in the slime here, so you can, remember you only need 2 high for the dupes. So as long as you can dig a path that's 2 high all the way across. You can do that. There you go. Dig a little tunnel. Do we know the eruption rates of the geysers are fixed? Because this is a fixed seed, my assumption, Cuppy, is that they would be the same. But that is an assumption. I'm not 100% sure. I think you'd have to. You could find out quite easily with a quick test, but we'll find out. Right. Let's take another dupe. I want to be a bit careful taking dupes, so I don't need loads and loads of dupes here. Maybe we take the husbandry one. Husbandry is quite good, and also. The next person that got that was Tim Nelson, who was one of my Patreons. Thank you, Tim, and all welcome into the colony. So we'll take 5 now. I'll probably go up to 6, I think, early on. Bear in mind we haven't planted any food, which may be an issue. Let's do. We'll even. I think in ahead we'll leave room for the airflow tiles. How about that? I mean that's forward planning, guys. But if we do that, yeah. How many of these are we going to need? So you need 5 mealwood per dupe. This is 1, 2, that's 4, 7, 10, that's 12 there. If I copy that, again, I got my lovely blueprints mod to copy that. So maybe we need to make the base a bit bigger, but anyway. So that'll be 24, which is almost enough for 5 dupes. I don't want to get the airflow too bad in there, so okay. We'll go with that. Yeah, you kind of need to think about airflow. So leave some gaps, and we'll put some airflow tiles in there as well. Just keep going. So now we have the 4 rooms. We've got the Great Hall with the plant in there. We have the barracks, we have the laboratory and the latrine. So that's giving a nice bit of morale. That's going to offset our skills. So we have lots of ability to take skills. We'll take art, because we will need an artist to get those artifacts and get them discovered. I see. Okay, we've had a bit of a collapse there. We also need more cots. We'll put in enough cots, and then we'll start doing schedules. So what we can do is we offset the schedule here. If anyone's not familiar, I'm just going to offset it by 4 actually. So basically this is how I like to do it. I like to default schedule +4. I think you can do them in ones or you can do them in twos. 1, 2. So if you look at this now as I've done it, this is the same schedule as this one, but it's just 4 blocks to the right. So everything's shifted. And then that means, if we put them on there and I rename this +4, that means these guys will use the toilets at a different time to these guys. So I only need 4 toilets for these dupes, or I could get away with 1 toilet and make them all use it at different times, to be honest. But I like having 4, so we'll do them in 4s, make it nice and easy. Okay, we can also pick that up. We are going to end up with some slime there, though. And there. It's not ideal. I do kind of want to get the slime lung out because it's not ideal. There's no... Oh, right, okay. Somehow this slime lung has... This slime has no slime lung. That's what I'm trying to say. Because this vent is really hot. So I think that's killed all the slime lung. Which is great because then that means we're not going to get anyone infected. Which is lovely. So yes, this path here, again, we can dodge the slime if you dig really carefully and you're a little bit lucky with the pathing. You need a little bit of luck to be able to work your way through some of these, but with that we can dodge our way through. Here we're going to need super duper hard digging. And thank you, Sadart, for the continued Prime sub, and welcome in. Are you on my list? I don't think you're on my list, so God, you guys are subbing now. It feels like everyone wants to be in this base, but appreciate it very much. So there you go. We will add you to the list of eligible people to be in the base, and I will every time I add a new person I need to re-spin it around, so you know you may get a different draw, but welcome in. So many subs now. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It means a lot. Okay, so we've got food down here in the carbon dioxide. See, and now because we've opened this up to the carbon dioxide, as I mentioned earlier, has all just pooled at the bottom. So that means we don't really need to worry too much here, except for the fact that we have absolutely terrible airflow. So yes, you can put stuff at the bottom. You can get your carbon dioxide in a pit at the bottom, but you need to let the gas flow, which is why a good tip here, always have vertical columns of at least 2. Usually that also means you can put ladder and pole. So that's a great combo to have anywhere. So think about having vertical ones. Airflow tiles, which we now have. So I like to put them 4 per room, and I always use the same pattern because I'm boring, but because it looks, I really like how it looks. So I space these out in 4s, and then the air, obviously the carbon dioxide can sink down through those, which is great. We'll let the dupes slowly fill that in. And then we also need to make sure we've got airflow down here. And we'll not dig that. Yeah, we really need this boxed in because I think we may also... We've got a bit of heat stroke because this is very hot water. This comes straight out of the vent. And nothing's containing it so far. So what we will probably do... I really want to insulate it in. We're probably not far off the insulation. Yeah, we're not far. Not far, so we can do that. And then in the meantime, we'll start putting our spawn down here. We'll keep exploring this way. We also probably need to explore this way. Okay, cool. We've got both going. This is also, by the way, the style that I play. In that I like to get the dupes to do a load of stuff and then kind of let them do it. So that's definitely how I go in triple speed, and we pause when we need to. So we need 5 mealwood per dupe, domestic. We'll plant them in there. And then you can use the copy settings button, which is also on the... that's a backslash, the backslash hotkey, to copy the settings. So if I want to plant another one there, I can just click on backslash and click on that. So if you want to plant all of these with the same plant, that is the quick way to do it. We can... I don't know why these are that. Okay. Right, we've got temperature modulation. Awesome. Let's keep going for some more stuff. Yeah, we are going to need water pumps. We're going to need that. Yeah, so then what I'll just do, we'll use igneous rock. And is that reachable? One, because this is 4 high, so they can only reach 4 up. So you need to be you need a ladder section. Hi, Crypto Raider Gaming. Welcome in. Welcome in. So many people in tonight. So glad to see everyone. It is the weekend, of course. We were streaming a little bit out of sync. It's not a normal slot. It's a day off, but yeah, we'll give them a ladder there. They can stand on that. They can reach with that. They'll be a little bit hot, but whilst this is idle, the ambient temperature is warm, but it's not dangerously warm. So we're good with that. Okay. And hopefully we can quickly get it before it starts erupting again. If the dupes are here when it's erupting and it's steam and it's 110 degrees, they're going to have a bad time and they're going to start scalding. But because it's sitting idle for right now, we can do that. And also the reason why I'm using igneous rock, because it has a very high specific heat capacity and a relatively low thermal conductivity. So igneous rock is the best common rock to make insulation out of, insulated tiles, insulated things. There's another tip for you there. So we'll do that. Yeah. Okay, the things that are better than insulated igneous rock is ceramic, which is a slightly more advanced material you can make in a kiln, and then insulation, which is a space material you need to get isoresin from Space 4. So yeah, igneous rock is a great material and very useful. Okay, see, we're digging down here, which is fine. I think this is also our igneous rock source. Grab some from over there. We have some plumbing. So yeah, I think kind of the goal here is research, and it is SPOM. We will need to find some radiation sources, which probably means Wheezewort. And I can see a Wheezewort down here. So we'll use that to set up some materials research. We'll dig these up. We also have free sleet wheat. And I love free sleet wheat. It is great. That is a great food source. If you can find it wild on the map and you don't disturb it too much, you just let it grow and you harvest it when it's ready. You get loads of really good food from the frost buns. Frost buns is a super useful food, and it's effectively free if you get it from wild around the map. Cool. So let's mop. Let's get that dug up. This is going off again. Let's quickly get that covered up. We almost got there. We may end up with some scalding if we do that, but let's try it. Let's try it. Let's keep an eye on our food. Let's try and get these planted. This is definitely my style to set them way too much to do. I'm an ambitious builder. But yeah, we're going left on this rather strange map to go what would normally be down, and we're going right in what would normally be up, and then we've got to go up and down sideways. If anything, I think this map in some ways is easier, because if you remember, a classic size map is it's much taller than it is wide, a normal map. Obviously this is sideways, so it's kind of it's more wide than it is tall. We do have some scalding here. Are we going to be alright? They're going to be alright. So that means, I mean, I can just dig sideways and not have to worry so much about ladders. Poor Badger Eat Peanuts got a little bit scalded there. I think we'll be alright here. Oof, he got very scalded. So just to deal with some scalding, all we've got to do is pop down a triage cot. We're used to those. Okay, now because Joe has done it, we're going to put 2 triage cots down. And then we'll just pop them on there, they can heal. Okay, but this is now boxed in, so this is my recommendation for dealing with cool seam vents early on. Just box them in. Box them in, don't worry about it, no problem. Okay, and up we go here. So we're just going to ladder up there, and we'll also put a pole on there as well. So we could just assign these guys onto here. Oh, I love how responsive this is. When most dupes run, it was not this responsive. When you've got 200 dupes in this list, it's long. Fifth player on the monitor, yeah, exactly, could be. That's spy on. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Although you can S-dig Sadar. I mean, I'm not doing that, but you definitely can. S-dig as another way of doing it. So anyway, we'll get these guys healed up, and then they'll get some medical attention. So we've got some airflow tiles going in, so that's just going to help. And also what I've done is just dug this little channel here. Again, just there was too much carbon dioxide building up on the left side. That'll sort of spill down into here. We're going to keep pressurizing this area. There should be enough oxygen kind of spilling out the base to go up before we saw, say, Atmo suits or anything complicated, which we will do. In fact, none of this stuff's growing because it's too hot, which is rather a bummer, but this one is. So you know, we can harvest this one. Any wild plants are great because we don't need to put any resources into them, so that's good. And we will also need to dig under here because there's going to be carbon dioxide building up over here. And the way to think of carbon dioxide is it flows kind of like water. Imagine you spilt some water here. It's going to flow this way. It's going to be much slower, but it's much easier if we build a hole there and it'll get out of the way. So we've got our blueprint. I'm going to take up to 6 dupes now, and then I'm going to go towards 10 as we get towards kind of cycle 100, I think. That's my normal speed when we're not doing any crazy stuff. Are these good? We can take Ruby. Or do we take... We'll take Steve. We'll take Steve because I kind of like the cooking, and the athletics is always great. We need cooking, so why not take that? And next up to join the base was Andy Cochrane, who was another one of my Patreon. So thank you, Andy. I think he may be my first one. I'm going to get that wrong, but welcome in, Andy. So the Patreons have come. They're doing well in the draw. My Patreon. I have more patrons than subscribers in the base right now, but that's pure luck. We're going to grab the Atmo sensors, so we can go with that. Awesome. And yeah, so we just need to make sure we've got enough food. We have another blueprint, of course. Got to not forget about our blueprints. We got some more drywall. Awesome. So my drywall collection is quite prolific at this point. There's a lot of it. I think so we need to put a ladder there. We also really need to mop this up at some point. We need to put floor in there. Great. Okay, disable that disinfect on the last one. Great. Okay, so we have made it to the teleporter as well. Then that also means we can pop on over there. And yeah, let's say I'm not going to dig through all that sand. I'm not going to spend ages building a second base and doing lots on the second planetoid because I don't really need to. Remember, the point of this run primarily is going to be rocketry and getting the achievement for cosmic archaeology. So I definitely need to go over there, get the relics, the artifacts, and analyze them. Also, we need to find them on this map. But beyond that, I don't need to make a second base, so I'm not going to spend ages going over there and doing that. So, yeah, well, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do the minimum we need. This isn't quite a speed run, but it's kind of similar in the fact that I'm not going to mess around making this look super nice and all the rest of it. A key point, though, that I should point out is I'm not sweeping anything. I see that as kind of a common beginner mistake, that you spend lots of time sweeping. There's nothing wrong with sweeping itself. The problem is if you're not doing the other stuff you really need to be doing, then it kind of distracts from making progression. So you don't need to put loads of storage bins everywhere and fill them with all this stuff. Yes, it will impact the decor, if I can find the decor menu. So you are getting negative decor from this, but to get the decor up to anything useful will take quite a bit of effort, and you don't need the morale. You really don't need the morale. You know, with the rooms we've got already, particularly early game, we're more than fine on morale, so you do not need to spend time sweeping stuff. There are more efficient things to be doing. But cool. Anyway, everyone's recovered, so that's great. And we can keep going up here, I suppose. You just bump priority on that because it's going to be a bit slow unless we S-dig it. And we are waiting for as well our second on there. We got some grilling, which is great. Now I won't make a kitchen because I don't think they are particularly useful. I do not need to use the I don't need to use the spice grinder again. I'm feeling like a bit of an old man where I'm not using the new stuff because I'm just not used to it. But honestly, the spice grinder is not something that I think is particularly beneficial. And it doesn't hurt, but honestly I don't think it brings a lot of benefit. So I'm going to avoid that. Right, now we're going to chuck some copper in here. I was going to put 5 in here. Now we could, yeah, because I'm not doing an all achievement run. I'm very used to doing all achievement runs, as you may have summarised. I usually stay away from coal generators because you're not allowed to use them on an all achievement run because of super sustainable. But here I can, so I will. Now what we're also going to do is lay this out. 2, 3. Do we need a half Rodriguez or a full Rodriguez? We'll go with a half because we're not going to have that many dupes. And we're going to lay it out as such here. And the main reason why I wanted to lay this out is because... run out of igneous rock. Because I want to put the like the hydrogen generators on here. They'll go on there. And then that means I can also put 2, 3... let's say up here. So again, so that's why I'm just working stuff out. We can put some coal generators. And we'll put that with a smart battery. And yeah, personally, I'd never build a coal generator without a smart battery because they will run for a long time and they will make a lot of heat and they'll use a lot of coal and they'll waste a lot of stuff. I don't like being wasteful. What we're going to do is I'm going to bump priority on the exploring. We're going to go exploring quickly. I want to go do that. And then everything else they can just kind of get on with. Put that on high priority. Frostbomb we'll put forever, but once we get some sleet wheat grain. And then, yeah, well, once we get some meat, we can also start doing some barbecue, although there probably isn't going to be a lot of meat for me on this run. And we're not really going to do... I'm not going to do any ranching, I don't think. We could chuck some hatches in, but... Yeah, with the sleet wheat grain and the mealwood, we'll have more than enough food. Although saying that, my food is now at 0 and people are going to start starving. So, yeah, maybe we kind of do rush that a bit. Let's focus on food because these haven't quite grown yet. So we've got a little bit of a shortage and we don't want anyone to starve. Yeah. So it's a bit strange for me coming from a run with 200 dupes and I have 3 million kilocalories. Like, you know, stupid amounts of food. So we'll make 5 mush bars. Yeah, alright. So mush bars, in my opinion at least, are an emergency food. They are. We don't have anything else. We're going to starve. We need mush bars. You do not want to make them as your normal food source. The mealwood, your plants, other stuff are just better sources of food generally. They don't consume water either. The mealwood. Mealwood only consumes dirt. It's a common misconception. So we got a load of food there or something. And then also, yeah, another note on the water, making lice loaf uses a lot of water as well. So generally you want to eat the meal lice raw. That is a recommended way of eating mealwood. We are, I do notice, short of some... we are short some seeds, but we'll get them. So thank you for the follow, ATPSS. If I have to pick it, you can pickle it, Captain Mola, and welcome in. But the pickling only makes the duration last longer. So the quality is exactly the same. All it does is make it last longer. Now, if you're eating it at a reasonable rate and you're not storing it, there's no point doing pickled meal. Call you ATP. Well, welcome in. So I have used pickled meal for space flight because it's actually quite a good rocket food. It lasts for 16 cycles and that's very useful. We probably will use that later on, but it doesn't add any calories. So if you're just eating the meal lice, it doesn't really help to turn it into pickled meal. So there you go. Cool. So I think we're going inside here. We need the next digging skill. So I can't remember who we have 2 diggers, don't we? So Joe is kind of almost there with that, and Ghost Rider as well. Ghost Rider is very close, so we get that. No, there's no calorie boost from it. I covered that in the mealwood plant tutorial bite, which is the only one I have out currently at the time of recording. If you're watching this in the future, then hopefully there's more out, but I decided to work on the critter tutorial bites first, so I'm going to finish those and then get onto the plant ones. And now we probably are releasing some slime lung, although we seem to have got a bit lucky because this cool steam vent has killed all of the slime lung on this slime. Now, a lot of people ask about slime lung, actually. It's a common question. Generally, I think you want to avoid it. So what I've done here is just dig around it. So that means it doesn't release. Unless it gets dropped, it won't release. So there's no slime lung in the air here. So if you can dig around, it can. The other best way to deal with it is if you get ammo suits. So you get some thimble reeds like this. We'll put a ladder in here. No, there's no calorie gain, guys. There's no calorie gain. So just confirm this. Sorry. Takes in 1800 of meal lice and makes 1800 of pickled meal. they're exactly the same. So yeah, get some reed fiber, get Atmo suits, and then they don't breathe the air, and then you're all fine. So Atmo suits is definitely the best way to tackle slime biomes, and with that you can just strip mine out. There is an alternative way. I mean, if you get the slime into water, so let's say if you dig in a clever way so that you've got a pool of water sitting at the bottom of the biome, like there's this pool here, you could dig this slime, which has slime along on, it would just drop in the water and then it wouldn't off-gas, so you wouldn't end up any in the air, although there's already stuff in here. But yeah, if you're really struggling with any of that stuff, then my advice would be just dig through it anyway. I would say slime lung isn't that bad. It's an annoyance, it's not a deal breaker, it won't kill anyone. So if a slime biome is getting in your way, just dig through it. That is what I'd say. We are going to need some more mush bars. Unfortunately, we don't have quite enough mealwood plants yet. These will be generating more seeds. And the other thing I was going to say is, where do you find the seeds? You find the seeds in these buried objects here. So these are very commonly mealwood seeds. I wonder if we can see. That's muckroot. So you got muckroot in there. You have mealwood seeds, and you also have hatches. They are the things you will find in these buried tiles. So it's worth digging up, definitely your starting biome, and just kind of having a hunt around for these buried tiles and seeing what you can find. It's all useful stuff in there. Great, so we've got that done. Like I say, because I'm going to focus on getting the SPOM up, I just need everything that goes with that. So we need the smart batteries, we need the hydrogen generators. So that's just my preference for rushing stuff, because I'm too used to doing all achievement runs, and SPOMs are great for all achievement runs because they give you loads of power. So it really helps you out with super sustainable. But even beside that, I mean, it just completely solves your oxygen problems for, well, in theory forever once you find a sustainable water source, but if not forever immediately, it solves them for a long time and gets you off of algae, so you don't have to worry about algae, and then makes things easier. Right, so just for this interface here, for anyone that is newer to the game and hasn't seen this before, definitely check out the resources over here. You can basically click on stuff here and it will add it to your watch list, so you can put useful stuff. Early on, just some things that are useful. Coal is good because we're going to be using that as fuel. Dirt is always useful because that is our mealwood fertilizer, so we'll put that on there. We don't need to worry about food because that comes up here in the calories, so just kind of look at that. We don't need that. And copper ore we'll take, and gold amalgam because their metal ores are useful. We could monitor algae if we were worried about our oxygen diffusers, but I'm not too worried because we're going to get off that soon. But if you're on oxygen diffusers, you might want to put algae on. You can put some stone on there. We'll put copper on because we're using that. And we have another print. So I said I was going to stick at 6 dupes. So at this point, basically, I'm just going to take the print. Whatever the print is, I'm just going to ignore these guys and take the rest of it, because I don't want to take too many dupes too early. That is also probably the worst beginner mistake. Not the worst as in you're the worst for doing it, but the most deadly to any base is taking on too many dupes too early, because for every dupe you take, you've got to feed, which I'm just about keen up with, and you've got to provide oxygen for. And particularly for newer players, those things become more difficult. So you know, even with just a smaller number of dupes, you can get a lot done. You really can. So you don't need to worry and rush and take on loads of dupes. Just take it slow, take it steady, and you work your way through. Okay, now we should have cool Ghost Rider has got super duper hard digging. That is going to get us through the abyssalite. Again, we're just going to avoid the slime. Now this area as well is probably going to be pretty bad breathability. So, you know, just in terms of oxygen and stuff, we've got a bit of a carbon dioxide trap sitting in here. There's a nice bit of polluted oxygen that's all coming off this water, so they can breathe in here and now hold their breath. Now, dupes do not like being in here, just to be clear. They're going to have to walk through water, which is going to get them sopping wet. They don't like. There's also nasty oxygen in here, this polluted oxygen, not normal oxygen, so that will give them coughing. And they'll get horrible eyes from walking in this chlorine. So dupes will not have a fun time, but they'll hold their breath and they'll be fine. So I'm not going to slow myself down to worry about the dupes on that front. But we can grab these symbol reeds, as I'm keen on getting those harvested. Again, we'll use as much wild stuff as we can from around the map. That's important. Because the wild plants, they don't require any fertilization. We don't have to put any materials in. We just literally get free stuff out. So keep as much of the wild plants going as you can, but don't let them get in your way. Yeah, we'll harvest this. Let's give us a thimble reed, and we can use this for Atmo suit. So that's great. That appears here as new. I just clear it to get rid of it, and then I add it on here. That's an industrial ingredient. Again, very sad, and I know where all of these are. I think. I lose one, and I can't find it. So we'll leave these growing, and another one down here. We've already got 2, so we can start making Atmo suits, which is great. Yeah, and poor Ghost Rider. Like I said, he's got all of these horrible debuffs, but with enough morale, it should be enough to counteract the stress. So we won't worry about it too much. The stress will go up slightly, but not to a problematic level. And I see we've also got here. So we found the saltwater geyser, which is in a saltwater biome, which is very common. Not necessarily always the case, but very commonly the case. We'll dig through here. Again, I'll try and use as much of as much as I can without, having to dig my own space. I'll use these spaces that are already there. You see, we're exploring out really quickly as well, so that's a good thing. We can also go down. I mean, this is all starting biome, so getting that done is very useful. And then, cool. We still need the. Now, I haven't done any priorities. I think what you guys might notice, or you may or may not notice, I haven't used this priority menu. And because I don't like using this early on. If you assign them here, this is the main priority menu. This overrides the numbers. So the numbers on the P hotkey here. So they'll do these priorities first, even if there's like a priority 9 of the one. The yellow alert is different. They will prioritize that. If early on you assign these, you just say you picked the skill each one has, you end up with gaps and you end up with stuff that you just kind of can't make them to do high priority. So I prefer using the priority system that way, at least early on before doing that. So what we can do is we can grab field research, grab that, and research wise we have the smart battery. So that's my take on it. You definitely can use that. You can use that later on. What we're going to do, we don't have any heavy watt. So we're going to put a smart battery here. I'm going to connect that up to a coal generator. And what we do is we use automation wire and just connect those two together. So that's a very simple bit of automation. And what happens is when the battery doesn't need charging, the coal generator will turn off, which is the key thing. So that means we won't waste any material at all. Won't waste any coal, and we will also avoid making a load of heat, which is useful. Now we'll just attach it on normal wire for now because we've got one circuit, but what I will do is I'll convert this into a proper grid and we'll use a transformer because that is the better way to do that. And I should mention for all of this, guys, if you haven't caught this already, definitely check out the Tutorial Byte series. I'll have that linked in the card if we're watching on YouTube. I'll put that up there. Check that out, and I explain all of this stuff in more detail, way more concisely. So this definitely isn't a full, complete beginner's guide, but those ones are there to cover that, and this is kind of just a playthrough and hopefully teach you some more stuff, put it all together if that helps. Thank you, Orders Wolf, for plugging those just as they came in. But yeah, with that, I think I've hit the end of where I'm going to cut this VOD. So thank you guys on YouTube for watching. Thank you very much for watching the first episode of this run. And this run's going to go a couple of, at least a number of episodes. We're going to go through some rocketry, some more exciting stuff. I really hope you come join me again and you've enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one.